Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark-Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Taylor Swift made news once again. Seems like it's pretty much every week she's making the news. This time, she's announced that her tour that so many people have gotten into, but even more people have not been able to get tickets to, her tour is now going to become a movie. So, Shark, what's your take? How's the movie going to do?
Well, first of all, welcome everyone to the Taylor Swift News Network, all things Tay-Tay related. But I think it's brilliant, obviously, on her part. If anything, there's so many people that can't afford $1,000 plus tickets and the thousands of dollars it will cost to fly to Toronto or LA or wherever else to make that an experience. I mean, it's becoming about like a trip to Disney World or something like that. But this will reach another audience. I also think it's fantastic that she's got the power and clout to do this. I mean, we had to look it up. I know when we were talking about it before that I think the last one that I had completely forgotten, Justin Bieber had a movie that I think made roughly $75 million, which kind of surprised me. But if you think of most of the musical movies, they're either, some musical, which, sells like $10 million in tickets to see a Broadway show that's been out there for 50 years, or on the rare occasion you see a successful music genre movie like Purple Rain, which was 30 years ago, where Prince basically delivered a lot of concert footage inside of a story of his own personal story. But what I think is so amazing about this is this probably will top 100 million. And it's one of the things that I think, especially with the writer's strike that went on in 2023, that this could be something where you could assemble a lot of footage together, but to potentially help a struggling movie industry and make people want to go to the theaters as opposed to just streaming everything on Netflix and, waiting until they come out. I mean, this could be more of an experiential type show with that cool surround sound that theater companies love to promote. So those are my thoughts. How about you?
Yeah, because of that experience, I think that is what makes the whole story really significant, especially from a business perspective, because it's not just a demand story. Obviously, there's a whole lot of demand that's going unmet with the concert tickets that people just can't seem to get. But what they've done is they've capitalized on the fact that Taylor herself and her approach toward her fans, she creates the experience just by making herself relational. I mean, heck, her songs roast ex-boyfriends and they're about her real life. And then the way she interacts with her fans, even down to, and I did a video on this on TikTok and Instagram, even down to the merchandise that she sells, it's all about relational, being accessible, making her fans feel like they belong in her world. And so people can't get into the live shows, so they want to feel like they belong. They're going to go into that movie theater and get that at least similar experience, because that's what, for them, it's all about being near her, but also being around each other, because they really do have a community. And don't try to deny, don't you deny that I know you're not only a Swiftie, but you're also a believer. I mean, look at your fashion.
Yeah, obviously. I think you need to shake it off, and say sorry. So that was a nice little twist to two of their songs. The other is I'm curious to see where they'll go with this. Like, I hope, because of her success, that we don't see like the Olivia Rodrigo movie concert that nobody wants to watch. No offense, Olivia Rodrigo fans, or something like that. Like, it needs to be somebody with the clout of Prince and Bieber and Taylor Swift and Elvis Presley. I mean, these need to be massive names. Or I actually think what could be, you could maybe pull together a collection of big bands. Maybe do something from the 80s and 90s metal bands or something. Like, I think there's some power of potentially of doing a collaboration with several different bands. Just make it something big, not something that is where we replicate 20 times over and then we're bored to death watching, whatever music genre that didn't excite us enough to listen to it anyway on Spotify. So there's a lot of hope out there, but I think it's a great idea going forward.
Right. So I'll see you in the theater, right?
Just got to grab some popcorn.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.